Hello, dear readers. My name is Elizabeth Ewan, and welcome to my cozy corner of the internet. As always, my focus is on writing worlds, dreaming big, and making every day magical. Today, we are going to be talking through chapter 28 of my work in progress project Ember. So if all things writing, world building, character development is something that you're interested in, then just keep watching. So I am working through chapter 28, and we have just gotten through chapter 27, which is very physical. My female lead is creating and building on relationships with other people. And now chapter 28 is laying the foundation for her to build a relationship with the male lead. Now, the male lead is interesting because he has loved her for quite some time, and she doesn't realize this. And it's interesting writing a relationship, like a relationship where the characters aren't on the same page in terms of affections, in terms of feelings. And it's interesting because we have to go with more of a slow burn from my female lead perspective versus the male lead perspective, which he is very passionate. He is much so in love with her, but he has to hold back out of respect, obviously, for her feelings. And there's this interesting dynamic going on where, as I'm writing it, I've had to kind of write and rewrite this chapter a little bit because a part of me just wants to push through and see them together. But at the same time, again, my female lead has gone through a lot over the course of 28 chapters leading up until this point, and she's just not there yet. So I kind of had to backtrack and backpedal with all of that. And so today we're just going to wrap up chapter 28 and see how that goes in terms of their relationship and their character development together.
You're gone now, will you coming back? Yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your end destination. You're far away and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart.
Okay, I have just finished chapter 28 in full, and I feel very good about the progress. Again, I mentioned earlier in this video, I backtracked, I backpedaled with this chapter in terms of their feelings, in terms of feeling like they were rushing things a little bit too much. And that actually brings me to something that, let me bring you guys down a little bit. That actually brings me to something that I wanted to talk through today, which is I've been feeling like this desperate energy in my own life of feeling like I need to be rushing things. And I don't know what it is where I feel that just undercurrent of needing to push forward, needing to, I don't know, power through. And I have been really intentional the past couple of weeks trying to pump the brakes and live a little bit more slowly, like slow living, being more intentional with my time and my energy, and kind of taking a couple of steps back, because over a year ago, I quit my corporate job. This was like of March of 2024 that I quit my full-time corporate career, and I completely pivoted to pursuing writing. And so I feel like the past year and a half, I've been scrambling and really just going against the grain in terms of figuring out what works for me, what fuels my creative energy, and also trying to stick to a plan and trying to stick to a schedule, which that has been working out very well for Project Ember. But only more recently, the past couple of months, have I really just buckled down and focused more on what I always wanted to do, which is a more traditional publishing route. And as I'm going through this more traditional publishing route, I'm kind of rethinking where my writing career has gone up until this point, what I want it to kind of look moving forward, and just kind of figuring out what's going to work for me in my career. And that being said, I am fully committed to going about a more traditional publishing route. That is my number one goal. But now I'm looking at all of the things that I have like self-published. I'm very proud of, but I look back on that and I just think, okay, why did I want to self-publish in the first place? It's because of the desperate energy that I was talking about earlier, that I was feeling, that I was exuding, because I started working on Amazon Kindle Vella, and I started pushing that out thinking, okay, I used to write fan fiction and I still write fan fiction, and that worked really well in terms of like my creative flow. So I thought, okay, Amazon Kindle Vella is a great platform. Maybe I can start launching just self-published works casually while I'm working on a more traditional publishing route. Well, in October of last year, Kindle Vella was completely yanked out. So I had a bunch of writings that I knew were going to just be taken from Kindle Vella and just, I mean, they would still be on Kindle Vella, but they wouldn't get any traction at all. So I went ahead and just self-published without any full editing, any marketing efforts, and I launched my seasonally Spellbound series. Well, that was great in terms of a creative rush, and I feel like I did need that at that time, like just to prove to myself, yes, I can write and I can just hit publish and I can push it out, and I'm a writer, you know? And that was very important for me to associate that with my identity. But now in 2025, now that I've slowed down, now that I'm more intentional with my time and my career and my overall trajectory of what I want my future to look like, I'm now looking at self-publishing, and I'm like, I think I'm ready to kind of leave that behind. And that's something interesting that I've been thinking about the past couple of weeks, that I'm ready to just be done with that part of my writing journey, and I really want to go down more traditionally publishing routes. Now, am I closing the door on self-publishing forever? No, absolutely not. But it is one of those things where it's like, I want to be all in for a traditional publishing route. That's where my head's at. That's where my headspace is at. And this is going to be a long and grueling process, which is why I'm recording my process and I'm uploading it to YouTube as it's happening, because I knew when I launched this YouTube channel a few years back, I had in mind for this YouTube channel that it would follow my writer lifestyle, author lifestyle journey. And when I first started it, I wasn't sure what the direction of this channel was gonna be. honestly. I had no idea. I was like, I don't know how to talk through my writing without giving everything away, without giving a whole bunch of spoilers, and recording that journey and recording that struggle. And I posted a couple of videos, and then I dropped off, and then I posted a couple more, and then I dropped off. And then in 2025, this year, I was like, you know what? We need to fully commit. We need to fully commit to everything that we said we were going to do. I want to be traditionally published, and I want to relaunch my YouTube channel to focus on my writing journey. I launched this channel wanting to focus on my writing career, and I felt like I needed to be fully honest with you guys on where my headspace is at in terms of my writing career, in terms of my writing journey, where I am at right now. And I'm pivoting. I am doing a hard pivot from going frantically into self-publishing just to get that creative energy out and just kind of prove to myself that yes, I can do this, and pivoting from that into a more traditional publishing route. And so I just wanted to be completely honest with you guys on that in terms of that. So I'm going to be posting weekly about my Project Ember updates, like chapter by chapter, breaking it down, what my struggles are, where my headspace is at, and just really bringing you guys along the journey in terms of what's going on with all of that. So that's all I really wanted to say regarding that. But I really appreciate, I have almost, as of this video, I have almost 200 subscribers on YouTube. And I just wanted to say, like, thank you guys so very much for subscribing and following along on my journey and rooting for me as I pursue my writing career, as I move forward with my life. And I really appreciate you guys. So just expect more continuous content from me. And anything you guys want to know, just drop it down in the comments section below. I try to respond to everybody's comments, and I would love to hear from you guys. But I just want to say, to nearly 200 subscribers, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you, and thank you for watching. So that being said, thank you all so very much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Have a wonderful, magical day.